Are you ready? Let's get it on!
What's up, guys? MMA Game here, bringing you another video. This video is going to be the results/review video for UFC 167 GSP versus Hendricks. So if you guys have not seen it and don't want to know the spoilers, hold off on watching this until you have watched the fights. With that being said, let's get started. The Sergio Pettis debut in the prelims. He was put up against a tough fighter right off the bat, and it was not an easy fight. He did win the decision and got his first win in the UFC out of the way. So be looking for Sergio Pettis. If you did not know, of course, he is the brother of Anthony Pettis. He does a lot of flashy moves and everything as well, and he's a really cool fighter to watch. Next fight I will talk about would be the Donald Cerrone-Evan Dunham fight. I knew this fight was going to be good, and it definitely was. Donald Cerrone was able to get the win by submission, by triangle choke. Very, very good performance by the Cowboy, and can't wait to see what he does next. But next fight I'm going to talk about is Tyron Woodley against Josh Koscheck. This was a good fight, because what you have with some of these fights when you get wrestlers versus wrestlers is usually sometimes the wrestling cancels it out and you get a slugfest, which kind of what this was. Tyron Woodley was able to get the knockout. Big knockout on Josh Koscheck. That is not an easy task to knock out Josh Koscheck. Not even, that's something that Johnny Hendricks was not able to do in his fight. He wasn't able to knock Josh Koscheck out. But Tyron Woodley did knock out Josh Koscheck, which is a huge feat, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about that. And we have the next fight, Rory Macdonald versus Robbie Lawler. Now, in this fight, a lot of people were completely writing off Robbie Lawler in this fight. They didn't think he really had any kind of chance. UFC hype on Rory is just so big. Everyone's talking about, oh, he's the next GSP and this and that. But if you watch his last performance against Ellenberger, I wasn't super impressed. He was able to win the fight on points, you know, and out jab and out strike Ellenberger. But in this fight, he sort of tried to do the same thing, and it just really didn't work, because a guy like Robbie Lawler is really experienced, and he was able to land big shots on Rory, rock him multiple times, and get the split decision win. It was a close fight, but I do think that Robbie Lawler won just because I think he did more damage. He rocked Rory, and that's pretty much it. I think Rory, if he goes back to, he's doing this kind of jabby GSP type thing now. I think that he should go back to the takedowns in his ground and pound, because I think that's where he really shines, is his ground and pound. Whenever he would get on top of guys in ground and pound, it was just devastating. So I think if he gets back to that, he'll be good. But we will see. Let me know in the comments again what you think about that fight and how it played out. Next fight, Rashad Evans versus Chael Sonnen. And this fight was an absolute... And by the way, on the last fight, Robbie Lawler, I actually did predict Robbie to win, and he did win. But this next fight, I thought Chael Sonnen would win, and I was completely wrong. Rashad went in there like he had something to prove and pretty much just put Chael up against the fence, got the takedown, got on top, started landing some big shots, took the back and just finished the fight off with just some... It looked like actually in UFC 3 when you take someone's back and you just pound away and they get rocked and they can't do anything. That's pretty much what it looked like in this fight if you have not seen it. And the main event, Johnny Hendricks going up against GSP. This fight, I definitely picked Johnny Hendricks to win, and I do believe I will need to watch the fight again. I've only watched it one time, and I've seen some reviews where if you do watch it again, you can see how it would be scored for GSP. And even on the first time watching it, I did think it was really close. I don't think it was a completely decisive win, but I think Johnny Hendricks did enough. I think he did more damage. He rocked GSP. I think he did enough to win, but I could see how it could go the other way. It's tough. It's not really as close as some of the other fights that we've seen, like, you know, the Ben Henderson type fights, title fights like that, where you really kind of you're not exactly sure. But this fight, Johnny Hendricks had takedowns. He had, you know, big shots. And I scored it for Johnny Hendricks. But GSP did get the win, and that's pretty much how it goes. You know, judging is judging. They've always not been perfect. By no means did GSP dominate this fight. By no means did he, you know, decisively win this fight. It wasn't like any of his other fights where, you know, like when it goes to judges, you're like, oh, okay, well, GSP won this. Oh, he dominated every round. It was nothing like that. It was completely different. I actually thought he lost. I thought he was going to lose for sure. The judging in MMA, just, you just never know. It's like a weird kind of thing. You don't. That's why when Dana White says don't leave it in the hands of the judges, it's like completely true, because you could fight and you could think you're ahead in a fight, and that's going to change the way you fight the rest of the fight. Like if Johnny knew that he was losing that fight in the 3rd round or 4th round, you can guarantee that he's going to fight completely different in that 5th round than he would normally if he thought he was winning. So it's like this weird thing that, you know, once you get caught up in the scoring of the rounds when you don't even know what they're being scored, it actually changes the way fighters fight fights. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're saying that they do a rematch. In my opinion, they need to do something with the judging, because it's just crazy, especially in title fights. But I think a rematch would be good. I think if they do have a rematch, Johnny Hendricks will win. And that's pretty much the card, guys. Let me know what you thought about the main event, the rest of the fights, who you like, what was your favorite fight, in the comments below. And also, I'm coming up on 7,000 subscribers, very close. I want to thank you guys so much for all your support. And just remind you guys that once EA UFC starts getting closer to release, the videos will be more and more frequent. So make sure to stay subscribed. And also, follow me on Twitch TV and Twitter. Till next time, this has been MMA Game.
Circle out! Circle out!
Diaz connects with that hook, shaking up his head. He moves quickly to slip the punch. Oh, wow, what a punch! There's a textbook sprawl as he defends the takedown attempt. Beautiful. Sims moves into close quarters now, looking to work the clinch. Work the clinch, guys. Sims picks him up and slams him down. Diaz left it. He's setting up, looking in the close guard. Sims scores the shot to him. Diaz on the left. We're down to the last few seconds of... Oh, wow, he just blocked Sims! Oh, man, what a punch! It is over! He was down and out before he hit the canvas! Let's take a look now at some of the action from the previous stanza.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by way of knockout.
That's it. The fight's over.